Hello, fine people. So, lots of stuff happened since yesterday when I tried to make this stream happen. Unfortunately, I'm no longer capable to fly to Paris-Orly because there appears to be an issue with that airport and the FS Labs A321 Neo. But their good news is that we can still fly to Paris. I mean, it's not just Orly serving Paris. There's actually a bigger airport, Charles de Gaulle, and that's exactly where we're going on this Transavia flight. So let's prep our plane. It's cold and dark. Right, and external power. So yeah, I've contacted FS Labs exposing the situation. They seem to be a kind of puzzled of what may be going on. I mean, this is software. Software sometimes works. Not really concerned. The plane flies extremely well. I'm really satisfied with the way it works. So this is just a hiccup. They'll solve it for sure. All right, let's carry on prepping the plane. Oops, that's a mechanical habit. As you can see, I changed my interaction cursors, so we no longer have that nasty previous system with just the arrows. Now it illuminates the buttons that you want to press. Well, most of the times. Sometimes it works that way, sometimes it's the little hand. But yeah, I'm getting used to it. So let's prep our flight, which was something we couldn't do back when we wanted to fly to Orly. First, let's give some light to the cabin here. Turn off our flashlight, no longer needed. Unfortunately, I wanted to start earlier because I really thought I could fix this issue previous issue we were talking about, but unfortunately, yeah, I couldn't, so I apologize for that matter. But we'll still fly, although it will be a night flight. It's been a while since I fly during the night, so or whatever number. Nice customized background for this livery. So let's prep the flight. First, let's brighten our day with our radios, our FMC. And hello, Jose, how are you? So let's initialize. HV is the designation for this Transavia 221. So let's initialize. Fingers crossed. Bam! Now, there it goes. Wasn't happening yesterday. So yeah. Finally. Finally we can get out of Dodge. Hello, Bravo Papa, the most handsome guy on the internet, according to him. So let's first listen to the 80s.
Landing and departing runway 02. Transition level 050.
There's no aircraft today.
In vicinity of airport. Advise on initial contact you have information, Charlie.
Yeah, nothing.
Campo Del Oro Airport information, Charlie. 19006 Zulu. Wind 135 at 3. Temperature 25.
25
20. QNH 1013.
1013.
Landing and departing runway 02.
Nice.
Transition level 050. Wind activity in vicinity of airport. Advise on initial contact you have information Charlie.
Let's contact ground in a moment. For now, let's continue our preparation. So let's go to our checklist. Gear pins and covers have been removed. We're gonna refuel in a moment, so we'll skip that. Seat belts are on. ADIRs are set to nav and barrel reference 1013 and cross-checked. So we got 1,900 kilograms of fuel. We need to refuel, but we'll do that via data link because now it works. And I can't believe it works. So we are gonna, as usual, make our refueling instant because we are kind of in the rush here. Yeah, kind of delayed. So we are going to make this 21:15. I think we can make it. If not, we'll just make another delay. Actually, this is... Oh, hold on. What time did I set up here? Oh, real time should be 21:56. So why is it 19:56? All right, we'll let's try 2200 hours. Can I? Maybe it's using the UTC clock, which kind of makes sense. So let's just say 2020. It's not using Zulu time. Yeah, definitely not using Zulu time. All right, not it's using local time, not using local time. Hurry up for what? What are you in a rush for? So we got fuel on board, 6,000 kilograms. And we're gonna prep. Actually, before that, let's call in the loading of the passengers and cargo. We do that by going to boarding, request, board now, and request. We should hear GSX saying boarding requested. There it goes. Alright, now we can complete the cockpit preparation. Gear pins and covers have been removed. Fuel quantity 6 tons checked. Seat belts are on. ADIRs are on nav. Barrel, you can check here. They're all on nav mode. And barrel reference 1013, 1013, and cross-checked. Rightio. So now we're going to continue with our normal requests. So let's call and request IFR clearance to Charles de Gaulle.
221, on our way to Charles de Gaulle Airport.
Transavia 221, via your ground, expect runway 02. Climb flight level 060 on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors Lanzhou. Squawk 1000.
It's gonna give me vectors. I don't like that, but it will have to do.
02. Climb flight level 060 on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors Lanzhou.
Yeah.
1000. Transavia
1000. That's a nice squawk.
Transavia 221.
That's a nice squawk.
Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Yes.
Roger that. Transavia 221.
All right. Set. This is a little different. This digital radio. It works the same way. It's just that it's slightly. Why is it giving the same squawk to that guy, that other guy, French Post? It's giving me the same squawk as the other guy.
Expect runway 02.
Squawk codes are like driver's car licenses, car registrations. There's never one. There's always one of a kind. So not sure why it's giving me the same squawk.
774, that's correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine
It pushback. Where is he? It's not on this gate.
French post 774.
It's probably on a different gate. Are there any other planes here?
Post 774. Request pushback and engine start.
Oh yes, there are. There's
pushback and engine
there are a couple of planes here. All these are GSX. They show up as plane for some reason. But there's one plane here and two planes over there. So I thought I was alone here. I'm not. Nice. But we both got the same squawk, so it's going to be messy, I'm sure. All right, people are coming to board. They're probably coming out of the gate as a walk-in. So let's carry on planning the rest of the stuff. So we need to go here to our takeoff data. We're going to select full length runway 02, calculate. Bam. This is based on the takeoff weight that we have given it. So we're gonna go flex. We go air conditioning on actually. So we might recalculate this and configuration to optimal. So this is new. I've never seen another flex other than 57 on this plane, so it's nice. So 144, 147, 148. We can do this differently. We can go to performance, and as you can see here, there's an uplink takeoff data, and this is what we're going to request. So it pulled the data from data link, and it's pretty much the same. 144, 147, 148, flaps 2 and trim set to up 1.9, flaps 2, 1.9, and flex 60 as we have seen before. I'll explain what flex is in a moment. All we need now is continually loading. I'm not sure if GSX is loading passengers. I've not seen any passengers crossing to the aircraft, so they probably are, but I'm not sure. Open left. This is new. Usually this is automated. I tell you, there's some weird stuff going on. Let's open these two doors. Now they're closed. Actually, the other one is open, so let's reopen it. GSX was updated. There they come. It's a position flight, yeah, sort of. I want to go back to Paris so that I can come back. I have time for takeoff, yes, I do, but I passed the time for takeoff. Should be at 8:15, but I'm definitely going to go beyond that. Just waiting for the passengers to come in now. So, where are the passengers coming from? I don't see them. Whoa, there's an ASL 737. That was scary. So that's the departing runway, runway 02. And we'll take off into the mountains. No, I'm joking. So the cargo is being loaded, but I don't see any passengers. Actually, the cargo doors aren't opening. There's something fishy with GSX. There's always something. So it's saying 50 out of 150 passengers boarded, but there's no passengers boarding. We just have to imagine they're boarding.
French Post 774, contact Oyacho Tower.
So the doors won't open. There they go. There's definitely something fishy with GSX. There goes the guys. É preciso calma e é preciso ainda mais calma com os bugs, com os problemas deste simulador. Quando não é um problema de um lado, é um problema do outro. Estava a explicar há bocado que o voo de hoje devia ser para o rally, mas por qualquer motivo o FSL não aceita o rally. Dá erro. Eles já estão a ver o que é que se passa. Acho um bocado irónico. A maior parte das pessoas poderão nunca voar para o rally, mas há muita gente que deve voar para o rally, portanto acho estranho o erro. Mas agora, pelo visto, há aqui algum problema com o GSX. Por exemplo, o GPU não está ligado ao avião, o cabo do GPU. Isto é muito estranho, mas pronto. De certeza que o GPU está ligado, porque senão não tínhamos energia no avião. The stairs are here. The passengers just... I don't know. They are boarding, as you can see here, 120 out of 150 passengers, but they're definitely not visually boarding. And I'm pretty sure if we look back, they're not there either. See, cabin's empty, but they are loading. Yeah, well, it is what it is. Let's just shut the door. I don't want to see that. Let's lock it. And so I'll probably need to operate this by hand, which is always a bummer. Yeah. Let's turn on the storm light for a moment. Alright, so coming back here, let's go to mass and balance. What's going on? We got an ACARS warning here. AOC slot notifications. So we should depart now at 2037. Let's hope. So load sheet in. We are supposed to load 65.20 fuel weight plus where's the fuel? Gosh darn it. Alright, let's go to another page. Mass and balance. Yeah, fuel should be 6,000 as it's loaded. So we're currently loading 60.9 out of 65.2. We need to wait because it's supposed to be 157 passengers, not one, but there's currently 150. And I'm pretty sure this is GSX borking. Yeah, see? So GSX decided we should load only 150 passengers. I think I know what's going on. Or I hope I know what's going on. I think it has something to do with Simbrief. $157, see? It just wasn't synced with Simbrief. Alright, there's a bug. I just reloaded the Simbrief and now it's correctly depicting 157 passengers. But let's see, yeah, it's still not, I mean, it is what it is. GSX, thank you so much for yet another bug. I'm telling you guys. There's always something. That's the motto for this channel. There's always something. So CDU need to power it up. I also need to move to this side here. Oh, what am I doing? So that I can... What's going on? Let me just reset the camera. I'm telling you, in FSX, the cameras were so easy to use. I mean, it was very simple. They were so easy to use. But here, this flight simulator and as well as MFS to 2024, they just made a mess out of the camera systems, honestly. So pull this one up. Intercom, cabin, and PA. All right, let's go back to our seat and reset position. Alrighty then, so we have finished loading, if that ping pong was anything to be believed in. Yeah, alright, so we are probably going to be, we're going to have a passenger deficit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on
Oh,
board.
too loud.
Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first,
For
and keep
PA.
your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free, and loose items of clothing.
Still too
Once you
loud.
have safely stowed your cabin bag,
probably
please take
this
your
guy.
seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure...
Alright, be quiet. So yeah, out of 157, we got only 150. Cargo is okay, so minus around 30-something kilograms, no biggie. But we do have different zero fuel weight in CG, so let's input that 64.7. 64.7 dash zero fuel weight CG is 23.8, and our block fuel will be 6.0. Shazam! Done. All right. So the takeoff is going to be a little dodgy because I don't really like. Is this on or off? No, it's on auto. And this one is off? Yeah, it's off. The positioning is weird. So like I was saying, I don't like being vectored by Beyond ATC, but we'll make the best of it. All right, so I think we're just about ready. So we're gonna request GSX start cleaning the aircraft. So they're closing the doors. Actually, GSX is now working after I reloaded Simbrief. All right, that's always good. So let them continue to make its thing. We're gonna start our APU. Waiting for the flap to open. From the videos that I've seen, I think this timing for the flap to open seems to be taking a bit too long, but it's just probably my impression. My APU starting up. Let's look here from the outside. So the APU is the auxiliary power unit. It's basically a small jet engine that's stuck in this tail cone here. This is the exhaust right here. So you can see now the blur from the exhaust. it's literally a small engine. So whenever someone tells you an Airbus A320 or A321 has 2 engines, tell them they're liars. It has 3 engines. All right, external power can be shut down now. We forgot to turn this on, very important. I'll explain what it is in a moment. This is basically ground control for the crew to operate the outside panels. So that's probably why. Oh my, this is cool. I didn't know this was actually modeled. It's good to know. We didn't provide any external power, so that's why the doors, which are electrically powered, weren't opening. That's cool. So basically, we're just giving control to the ground crew to operate around the aircraft, and by turning that off, of course, they could open the doors or anything of the sort. It's cool. It's good to know. The simulation is deep with this airplane. We just confirmed it now. All right, so let's turn this PA back on, but let's reduce the intensity. Let's run the checklist before we do anything else. So before start checklist, parking brake is set. We can confirm there, set. Takeoff speeds have not been set. Of course they have. What am I saying? Takeoff speed set. Windows are closed. We can see the red band on this one. Red band on that one. Windows are closed. And the beacon. Let's turn it on. Bam. Before start checklist complete. And now let's call in the ground crew and tell them that we're ready to clear the gate. Oops. We can clear the GPU. We can also clear the chocks. Stairs are being disconnected or removed if you want. And we'll get the crew chief to approach. Hopefully he or she will guide our pushbacks in movement, along with wing walkers, which are a couple of guys that go in the wingtips, making sure we don't hit anything. Hello? What's going on here? Have a good trip. What? Does this mean I don't have any pushback available? What a lousy day to... What a lousy day for GSX to blow itself up. Let me think, what can I do? Restart GSX. See if it does restart. Let's have a moment here. I tell you, man, when things go messed up, they go messed up. Alright, prepare for push back and depart. Let's see what it says now. Air France, whatever. Nothing. It's like there's no pushback thing. No pushback thug. Let me confirm something here. Are these one of these airports? Oh yeah, this is that kind of airport where you pull yourself out of the gate. There's no pushback tug. For some reason, some airports have this. I mean, it's probably based on movement, right? I don't see any tugs, really. Yeah, look at that. There's no tugs here. So, yeah. You can see the line here. So there's this yellow line that with the triangle to go in, and then turn in for the gate 5, and then there's this line here that turns all the way out. So it's basically a self-service system if you want. You go in, load or unload, and then you go out through the other yellow line. Yeah, that tells me that I should know my airports better, right? So let's get out of Dodge. So we got our APU running. Let's start our engines because we can't move without engines. Engine 1 start. Imagine if Lisbon Airport had this. That'll be a mess. Throttles 1 set idle. My bad. Engine 1 pulling up. It's a different kind of flying, I guess, or in this case, ground operating. Can turn off our. Let's increase the floodlights a little bit. Engine 1's pulling up. So this is the Flight Sim Labs A321 Neo. This is not a long-range version. This is a standard A321 Neo. We got some spoiler 2.4 yaw damper 2. Start number 2.
A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you
Yesterday or the day before, I don't remember, someone asked me why I don't perform single engine taxi. It's a good question. I can do it in the near future. It's not really something important. It's company SOP. There's a mandatory. There's a mandatory taxi and single engine taxi and single engine taxi out for some airlines, but it's not really a requirement to you to do it. I mean, I don't fly for Transavia for real, so I don't really have to follow Transavia's SOPs as well as any other airline I fly with. So if people want me to do a single engine taxi, and I've done it before in this channel, maybe people just didn't see all the videos, of course, but I've done it. I'll tell you what, I'll do single engine taxi and for Charles de Gaulle, because I think we're gonna have a long taxi anyway. So all right, engine 1 and engine 2 are ready. After start checklist. NTI is not required. ECAM status checked, no messages. Pitch trim, let's set it to what is fragged or planned. So we're planning up 19er, so let's set it where my little hand is by moving the trim wheel. 19er set. We can already make our flight controls and rudder trim neutral. We can make our neutral after start checklist complete. We're gonna make our flight controls check. Full deflection left, neutral. Full deflection right, neutral. Full pitch up, neutral. Full pitch down, neutral. Full rudder left, neutral. Full rudder right, neutral. So we are fully ready to leave. Let's just request. We should have requested startup, but yeah, whatever.
Transavia 221, Gate 5, request engine start.
It's my bad.
Transavia 221, engine start approved. Call when ready for taxi.
Roger. Engine start approved. Transavia 221.
Alright, let's taxi to the runway.
Transavia 221, taxi for departure.
Tango and Alpha. Copy. It's just this one and the other one.
Runway 02 taxi via Tango. Alpha, Transavia.
We just need to turn to the right. All right. So we need to make a right-hand turn, a very tight right-hand turn, so we can avoid those guys over there. So let's do that. We'll set parking brake off. Start our turn. We need some momentum forward. There it goes, and now let's start turning. Engine idle. Oh, well, look at that. Perfect clearance. When you're good, you're good. Alright, taxi light on. So this is Tango, and Alpha is the one up front, to the left. Alrighty. So taxi checklist. So flight controls, they have been checked. Flap setting, takeoff flaps 2. Set. Radar and weather prediction. Weather prediction is on. Let's turn on system 1 for radar. Engine mode selector will set to normal. And ECAM memo. Crew cabin is ready. So auto brakes to max. ECAM status no blow. Alright. Shall we dance? So this is Tango, that's Alpha. Mustn't forget to set up our Alright, co-pilot, you take over.
Contact Tower 118.075. Transavia 221.
Alright, let's turn off our APU power. And let's hold here so we can have some final checks. And then we'll call the tower, say we're ready. Alright, it's good enough here. Alright, let's just confirm we got everything done. So we got everything from all the way to taxi. Let me just confirm Navigraph. Oh, it's vectors, so we don't need departure charts. Oh, EFP is borked again, so just need to reset it. We also got an ACARS message. Alright, flight plan is loaded. So you can see how far we're going to get with these vectors that we will be given. We are probably going to go runway heading all the way and then turn left to Long Su, but we'll need to wait for ATC to tell us so. Let's confirm the ACARS message is the final load sheet. There it is. So this is the preliminary, this is the final one. So we are on schedule more or less. We are 4 minutes, actually 6 minutes ahead of schedule. So we're all set. Let's go.
Transavia 221, ready to go, runway 02.
Track IR is on.
Transavia 221 Rayaccio Tower, wind 145 at 4, fly runway heading, runway 02, cleared for takeoff.
Here we go.
Fly runway heading, runway 02, cleared for takeoff, Transavia 221.
Start moving. This is the visual holding point, by the way. So a moment ago I was talking about flex. What is flex? It's basically us lying to the plane. So in order to conserve engine power, we are telling the engines that the outside temperature is way above. So in this case, it's 60 degrees Celsius. So imagine if the outside temperature will be 60 degrees, the engines will run at a derated temperature to preserve you know, the engine, so it will not go 100%. So it's similar to what Toga does for Boeing, but in Airbus it's called flex. Toga for a derated takeoff on Boeing, flex on an Airbus, because Airbus also has a Toga button, but it's a different logic. All right, here we go, rolling. So you see flag 60 right there, airspeed alive. $100.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Gear coming up. It's a little bump there. Oh, that's our altitude warning. Sorry about that.
Contact IACHO departure 127.78. Transavia 221.
All right, we're gonna fly manual for a moment.
IACHO departure Transavia 221, 1,600 feet.
Speed check flaps. Well, let's skip the flaps to 2 for now. Let's climb 170, copy.
Climb to flight level 170. Transavia 221.
Let's clear the aircraft.
Transavia 221, turn left, heading 320. Expect further clearance in about 18 miles.
320.
Turn left, heading 320. Transavia.
Come on,
221.
co-pilot, help me here. It's a lot of stuff for this just one guy to do. We're losing power here. Yeah, this... We're almost stalled there. This flight director is not doing its job correctly. Because it's not managed. Come on. Let's make less of a steep climb here. Alright, let's turn on the autopilot. It's too much stuff for me to do at once. Alright, 320 is the new course until vectored elsewhere. These are the landing light floods. So they illuminate the sky. It means that we're going through some clouds. There they are. Alright, speed check, flaps 1. And we're going to standard altitude. Standard altitude. It's when the STD starts flashing. It's telling us to go to standard altitude, which is 1013, so it's the same. So, where is our steer point? Oh, right there, Longsu. So it's giving us direct vectors to Longsu. Not so bad. Not that bad. I think it gets worse once you start requiring vectors for the approach, but for departures, it's never been that bad, beyond ATC, I mean. Right, speed check, flaps up. For those that don't understand why I say speed checks flaps up is because of this speed tape here. You see the little green ball? Before that there was this two yellow lines, these orange lines. So basically it's clear to actually no, but previously there was a mark for S. The S means slats, so flaps 1 is basically just slats. So once you pass that, it means that you're above the minimum speed required to extend slats in this case to retract them. And the speed tape will tell you when to retract those slats, when to accelerate, when to decelerate, when we are keeping constraints, when we're not keeping constraints. You don't need to guess anything. As for switching to standard altitude, it's we're talking about our pressure, air pressure, in terms of hectopascals or inches mercury. In Europe, it's hectopascal. So we know that our air pressure at the airport was 1013. Direct Lansu, so let's switch to managed, and now the plane will self-navigate to Lansu once it intercepts. It's basically pressing the button until you see the little ball there, the orange ball. The only thing it's not managing currently is the altitude, but we have set to manage altitude because it was trying to maintain 2,000 feet as I selected it. For some reason, when we took off, it was selecting 4,000 feet per minute as a climb rate. That's way too much. So, clear weather, we did pass some clouds, but there was no turbulence or whatsoever. We do have a nose wind, which seems kind of a norm in our every flight recently. So we're reaching flight level 170 as cleared by the ATC. We'll reduce, not this one, we can reduce it. We don't need that much intensity. So we're flying direct to our flight plan, which is this one right here. So one thing Beyond ATC still doesn't do is give you like smooth vectors to go through distinct areas. Oh, let's contact Marseille. 119.125.
825, Transavia 221. Marseille Control, Transavia 221, out of flight level 146 for flight level 170 direct Lansu.
Transavia 221, Marseille Control, good evening, radar contact, climb to flight level 340.
Flight level 340.
Climb to flight level 340.
So,
Transavia 221.
this is something not a lot of people, well, most people within the aviation world know, but people that are not in the aviation world will not know. So, the captain is the commander of his aircraft, so he decides when to climb, at what speed, and whatever. ATC can give you directions. They can give you actually mandatory speeds if need be. For example, at the approach they might call you in and say reduce to approach speed or reduce to 160 knots, something like that, just to maintain separation from other traffic. However, if it's not like something that we blindly obey, there's a rule in aviation which is aviate, navigate, communicate. This is an order. It's completely a pattern. It's not something you well, it's like a universal pattern for every kind of aviation, really. So first you aviate, first you fly the plane. You make a guarantee that you're not flying upside down. Or cabin crew is talking. Alright, it went quiet. So first you aviate the plane. So but forgot the chronometer as usual. First you operate the plane, you make sure there's no hiccups, that you're flying at the correct speed, correct altitude, and whatsoever. Then you have navigate. That's when You look down, you see where you're heading, you see what's your next waypoint, etc. And then you communicate. So if there's let's switch the external lights. If there's anything the ATC needs to tell you, whatever it is, if you're unable to speak at the moment, you shouldn't. If you first thing you need to do is aviate the plane and then navigate the plane.
Flight level 359.
Contract 257, Marseille Control, radar contact.
Marseille Control, Ryanair 6 Victor Quebec, descending via Corsica 2 Zulu, flight level 194.
Ryanair 6 Victor Quebec and Marseille Control identified.
Hello, Califed. Yes, yes, you and I want those Pratt and Whitneys. I don't know. Flight Sim Labs said that they're working quite well on the PWs, but yeah, they're still not launched yet. It's awfully bright here. Let me switch this to night lighting, because we are flying at night. Number one. That's not it. This is it. All right, much better now. So yeah, let's hope they bring the PWs, because there's a lot of liveries missing, right, Califred? Because they only fly PWs. The leaps are, well, in where I'm at, the A321s mostly are LEAP. Maybe where you're from it's not LEAP. Maybe it's the PWs. I know that in the United States the PWs tend to be more popular. Yeah, the airline I fly in, so Air Portugal, they, well, in my country, they only have LEAP engines, and as far as I can tell, most European airlines have LEAP engines. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can correct me. But I think so. So passing flight level 250, we can switch our passengers' seatbelt signs. Have them walk around. The cabin, this one doesn't have a no smoking signal, so we'll switch it off as well.
Descent to flight level 070, Ryanair 6 Victor Quebec.
Alright, we should be turning in to intercept our flight plan. Don't know why it's not doing that. So let's help it do that. Of course not, because there's a discontinuity. But we'll go Deer, Merlot.
Marseille Control 120.85. Transavia 221.
Insert erase temporal because we need to insert.
Marseille Control.
There it goes.
Transavia 221.
It's intercepting now.
Passing flight level 266 for flight level 340, direct Merlot.
All right, Califed. I'm not sure. Again, I think the LEAP engines are broadly used in Europe. Maybe not the majority. I don't know. There are more informed people than me about that. One thing is certain. I think it's broadly known that TAP Portugal flies with LEAP engines. And I believe that this airline, Transavia, also fly the LEAP. And a few more airlines, big airlines, as far as I know. I think, who fly the LEAP? Well, doesn't matter. What matters is that the PW will come. PW is Pratt & Whitney. So the new engine option that they named Neo to these new generation of Airbuses, the Neo new engine option gives you two options actually. Actually there's more than one LEAP version and more than one PW version, so there are about I would say 5 different engines, but there are 3 LEAP engine variants, so it's the 30, 32 and 35, and then you have 2 Pratt & Whitney variants. I think there could be more, but these are the ones that I know about. So basically any airline can choose to be engined by LEAP, which is basically a new generation of CFM engines, and the Pratt & Whitneys are the Pratt & Whitneys, so they are worldwide famous. And actually there was a problem with the PW engines not so long ago. Most of the aircraft flying needed to be grounded because of an engine. I think it was something to do with the core of the engine that needed to be replaced. Oh, it's a Califed. It's an option you can download on their website. It's a new thing. There's actually this and some other downloads and an add-on. I believe it's the map or something of some sort, like a flight following map. But this one is quite handy because you don't need to have that other window for Beyond ATC open. You just need, you have both the log is very handy, as well as the frequencies, and you can auto tune from here. Plus you got these options: auto respond, the auto tune radio, which is the most helpful thing here, and the filter traffic. These are also the same options you get on a main window. The only thing you don't have is the ground map, which is unfortunate. I believe that's the other download. Yes, I think it does. As you can see, this is FS 2020, but I think it does work with 2024. It's something you need to check. I'm planning to migrate to 2024 after Service Update 3 gets released publicly, because I honestly think most of the bugs are solved, but 2024 still hasn't convinced me. Still has not convinced me. Can turn this off. I think if we press and hold, it will shut down, right? No, that's the Phoenix. The Phoenix, if you press and hold the power button, it will turn off. Oh, it does. Nice. So both of them turn off. We just don't have a co-pilot there. So flight is pleasant. There's not much we can do for now. Maybe sit back and enjoy some beverages. Yeah, Califed. I mean, I have a flight here done in FS 2024 in the Phoenix. The Phoenix was not native. Is that for us? No. Now it's native, so they launched a big Phoenix update, and now it's compatible, fully compatible and native to FS 2024, and it looks really impressive. So it's one of the reasons that I want to move there to 2024. The big issue for me currently is that most of the stuff that I got is for 2020. So yeah, sceneries, I would have to see which sceneries are compatible to 2024. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking, Kelly. Phoenix gave me the idea, well, that this is probably the time to migrate. The problem is the airports, like I'm saying. Another issue is that I got 2 planes that don't really work well on the 2024, which is the Headwind A321Neo and the fly-by-wire A380. I mean, I can live without them. It's not like I fly them regularly. They're big planes. I prefer to use the Unibuilds A350 to be honest, but because it's a more technologically advanced airplane, and those are freeware aircraft. But I really wouldn't like to miss the opportunity to fly once in a while the A380. I'm not sure what fly-by-wire is planning, but until now I've not seen many movements to migrate those planes to 2024, and that's the only thing still holding me to 2020, that instability. Until SU3 is released, SU2 is not that bad, but it's still very unstable. So I'll just wait a little longer. Maybe the A380 will finally migrate the Edwin 330 as well, and that will be the correct time to do so. Everything I use from beyond ATC, I use Active Sky as well. So Flight Sim Labs, A321 Neo, the Phoenix A320 family, the Anybuilds A350, all those, and the PMDG. Oh, forgot about that. The PMDG is also not yet compatible with 2024. Or is it? Not sure. Is it? Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just outdated. It's not the plane I fly that much, but I did buy it, so I don't want to lose money by just migrating and losing aircraft. That happened to me when I migrated to Prepare 3D. Well, the 777 I know it is, but I don't think that the 737 is. And knowing PMDG, they will charge for the migration to 2024 on the 737. I'm almost sure of it. And that's unfortunate, but they really are great developers, I'd say. Hello, Mirsha. Nice to see you. Yeah, the last P3D I used was V5, not that long ago, and I kind of miss the familiarity, you know, because I'm an FSX guy. I'm FS 2024, FS9, FS 2004, FSX. And then Prepared. I migrated to Prepared because I wanted a better FSX, literally. And so it was kind of a shame to see that Lockheed Martin just doesn't understand the market. They don't want to make that a commercial product. It's a license, and they handle it with iterations. I mean, it's understandable, but at the same time, it's heartbreaking. But MSFS stepped up, I think. They were pioneers in a lot of great new stuff, even though Asobo was way beyond their capacities. But hello, Andrew. My friends are all dropping by. How are you guys? So, for those joining, this is the Transavia flight out of Corsica, Napoleon Bonaparte Airport. We were supposed to go to Orly, but unfortunately, Orly Airport has an issue with FSL. Don't ask. I don't know. This is just something weird. And since we got Charles de Gaulle, we'll fly to Charles de Gaulle. Still Paris, just a different airport. So we're now cruising at beautiful. This plane job is very beautiful. Look at below; it's really amazing. See so what's that? The beach and the surfer and the big Transavia T here. It looks really good. So one thing you will notice is that right here you will have the word welcome in multiple languages, and there's Portuguese right there, bem-vindo. Also willkommen in German, bienvenido in Spanish, welcome in English, bienvenue in French. And if anybody can I'm gonna try to get a little closer there. See if we can. Oh, we can't. Well, if anybody can see their language. Actually, there's Willkommen and Willkommen. Maybe one is German and the others, or is it repeated? Yeah, it looks like. No, Benvenuto, that's Italian. Yeah, it's not repeated, but there is a Willkommen and another Willkommen on the bottom there. You can see that Willkommen and Willkommen. So maybe it's a typo, or maybe one is French. Sorry, one is German. Oh no, there's Bem-vindo over there as well. So it is switch. It's not like switch. It's like repeated. It's cool. So again, we are flying to Paris-Orly, flight level 340. And since Mirsha wasn't here, I forgot to launch the chronometer. You should be here, Mirsha. You're always the guy to remind me of the chronometer. In my defense, that's usually the co-pilot's job. So, there's that. So looking at our flight plan, you also have the flight plan duration on the top of your screen, but what was that? We got what just happened? Something's not right. Why did it just ignore the flight plan? Let's go direct to... It's not following the flight plan for some reason. Let's go direct to Gipno. There it goes. It's really weird. Why did it turn off the autopilot? It's supposed to be in managed. It's really weird. Not supposed to happen. The star for Venice. I've not flown to Venice in a while. And I'm sorry to say so, Califat, but please try to avoid the curse words. I mean, I understand that you're being, casual. I'm not saying that I want people to be like censored. It's just that YouTube doesn't like swearing. That's all. They might just block your messages. It's not me. It's YouTube. I think you'll understand. As for the star being messed up, yeah. Sometimes the Navigraph updates, they mess up. I remember once I didn't have any SIDs for what was it? Oh, I don't remember. There were no SIDs, no departures for a specific. No worries about that, Califan. Thank you for removing the message. But Navigraph sometimes does that. They do sometimes release a correction as a company message. Let's see what they want.
Griffin 79 uniform. Contact Geneva radar 125.55 by
So Sigmet, there's some significant weather. So we got over Paris. Oh my. Embedded thunderstorms.
Take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings.
PA, we're talking to the passengers. I believe these PA announcements are for EasyJet, which is ironic. Coming back to here, so we got some SIGMETs. This is abbreviation for significant meteorology. So what's it telling us is that in Paris FIR, there are embedded thunderstorms observed in these waypoints. Sorry if I'm not gonna. We'll take a look at the NOTAMs in a moment. At flight level 370, which is above us. So there are thunderstorms above us, and that's never good. They already had issued another no temp for the same. So it's still valid because this one was for August 1, so 01 at 1753, and this one at the same time. But this is a different one, different location probably. In order to see that, there are two ways. Either you have a parallel computer or a laptop or your cell phone or whatever, and you can go to a weather page, or in this plane, oh, look at that. You already saw it, didn't you? Look at that. Look at that. What a major thunderstorm cell. And if we zoom out, you can see this orange polygon. Can I delete it? The weather, you can see it better. You can see this orange polygon here. That's the SIGMET area that's been reported. So quite handy to have this here. Whew, that's a big thunderstorm. All right, Mirsha, then Willkommen is just repeated. Whoa, look at that. This is France. Look at that. France is underwater. And look at here, it's red. Whoa, look at this major thunderstorm here. This is cumulonimbus for sure. These are embedded thunderstorms. All right, let's go back to our flight plan because now we're going to start preparing our arrival. So let's go to routing. And we are expecting runway 27 right via Tinil 9 Echo. Of course, this can change, but we'll adapt. So 27 right. There it is. There's only RNAVs. There's no ILS to 27 right. That's all. That's all right. RNAV via, what's it called? Tinil. Tinil. So, this is a big airport. Tinil 9 Echo. So none of those. 9 Echo. There it is. Are there any vias? Via Oki 1 Whiskey. So let's insert that. This will give us a more clear picture of our arrival in our navigation map. So you'll see that, oh my, this is going to be, because these thunderstorms are at flight level 370, so we will be getting some beating getting to this area. Now I can see that we have a gap here, so let's confirm that. Is there a discontinuity here? Yep, there is a discontinuity. So we're gonna have to wait. We can also check here. We're gonna have to wait. Alright, so we're gonna have to wait for the proper ATC clearance for the descent. So go up, 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 and there's Charles de Gaulle. For some reason, PG 522 goes to manual, and then we get the 650, which is this one right here. So instead of connecting these two, it's telling us to go forth. So this is kind of fishy. I don't fly to Charles de Gaulle that often, but it's basically telling us that between these 2 points, I'm going to need to get some vectors. We'll see. I shouldn't remove the manual for now, unless ATC clears me direct to PG 650. But we can remove it, but I'm not sure if this is the correct procedure. Remember, this is an RNAV. This is not an ILS approach, so maybe we need to be cleared from PG 522 through a vector and then intercept the RNAV for 27 right. No, I'm not a real live pilot, Cali. My long time simmer. 124.5.
Have a good evening.
124.5. There it goes.
Marseille Control, Transavia 221, flight level 340.
Yeah, I shouldn't try to override whatever clearance I'm given, because the Beyond ATC will go berserk if I do so. So I'm quite concerned with this weather. I'm not sure if it's raining in Charles de Gaulle. So this is the airport right here. Yeah, I don't see any clouds above it, but you know, this is just visual reference. So we're gonna call in the METAR for CDG, yeah, CDG. So what we do is we go to our famous A2 AOC weather, and we select METAR. We can also get the ATIS arrival. I'm not sure if this is working because I'm not connected to any ACAR system. So this should be CPDLC, but Beyond ATC does not have CPDLC yet, so we'll see what we're delivered with. Yeah, see, no CPDLC from Beyond ATC, so we'll never get ATC clearance, but we do get the METAR. So, oh my. So, if you don't know how to read this, so this is basically the day. So this is Charles de Gaulle Airport, the day, 2100 hours Zulu time. This is Zulu time, and this is the weather. So 310 at 6. So this is wind coming from 310 at 6 knots. Not a big deal. 999. It's beyond 10 nautical miles visibility, but then, oh my, few clouds at 4,000 feet, thunder. This is embedded thunderstorms basically over Charles de Gaulle, and this is a temperature 16, dew point 12. So this tells me that it's not raining. So because when it's raining, the temperature comes near to the dew point. So if it was raining, it would be something like 16 or 15, something like that. QNH 1015, and then temporarily becoming even lower, 3,500 feet thunderstorm. So yeah, it's not looking good, but I mean, I've done worse. I've landed in Madeira with a thunderstorm, and I'm not that much of a pro, so I got that going on for me. So yeah. Phew. Weather radar is actually not showing anything for the moment, but then again, we don't have tilt, so we can't really see below us. But I do see over the horizon there's a gray line. It's never good when you see that. I mean, can you guys see it? Maybe if I do this, you'll see it better. If I remove the cockpit lighting, see the gray line? It's a bit dark, but I think you can barely see it. By the way, I changed the broadcast to 1080p. It was previously 720p. So it was HD, now it's full HD. I'm not entirely... Oh, you can see better from here because of the moon. See the gray line. It's never good. I will land regardless. Even if I crash, it's still landing. If you know, the aviation joke is that any landing is a good landing if you're able to reutilize the plane. So yeah, so I'm always able to reutilize the plane because I never crash, because crash is not turned on. There's a little aircraft over there. You can actually see it here. This is our these indications are our airplanes in the vicinity that are using transponders, of course. So 00 means we are at co-altitude. I mean, they are at the same altitude as we are. Plus 20, they are 2,000 feet above. 200 feet above, 20,000 feet above, 2,900 feet above. We are concerned when they're co-altitude if they're flying in our path. If not, then being at co-altitude is no big of a deal. However, if one of these airplanes does start coming close to us, yes, precisely, Kali. So you heard about it, yes. So again, any landing is a great landing if you're able to use the plane again. And a perfect landing, no, that's a perfect land. Perfect landing is if whatever landing you do and you can still reutilize the plane. And the good landing is the one that you survive, that you can get on your own feet. So
Marseille Control, Alpine 78 Alpha Yankee, flight level 370.
Alpine 78 Alpha Yankee, Marseille Control, identified. Edelweiss 245 Zulu, contact Marseille Control 120.85, bye-bye. Contact Marseille Control 120.85, Edelweiss 245 Zulu.
Marseille Control, Wizz Air 2 Kilo Quebec, good evening, flight level 360.
Wizz Air 2 Kilo Quebec, Marseille Control, radar contact. Marseille Control, Ryanair 8 Alpha Charlie, flight level 370. Ryanair 8 Alpha Charlie, Marseille Control, identified. Lufthansa 12 November, Marseille Control, expect Bisba 2 Whiskey, runway 24 right. Expect Bisba 2 Whiskey, runway 24 right, Lufthansa 12 November. Speedbird 39 Papa, contact Marseille Control 130.85, bye-bye.
Guys, I'm still here. I'm just having a little bite to eat, if you don't mind. But I can answer questions if you ask. After I get something to eat, I'll come back, and we're not that far. We're at 60 miles from top of descent, so we're very close to start our descent to Paris. So yeah, just give me a moment to get something to eat. We're going to Reims control anyway, so we're coming very close. In a moment I'll start preparing the plane for descent.
Control, Transavia 221, flight level 340.
Transavia 221, Reims control, radar contact.
All right, so We still have a discontinuity here. So I misread. There is an ILS approach. There you go. There is an ILS approach to 27 right. So, but I'm saying that the ATC is. I'm not sure if this is going for Charles de Gaulle, but it's Reims control. There's not many airports around here, and it's telling those guys to go to 26 left. So via throw 9 Echo, which is a different star, but it's definitely telling them. There you go. Actually, no. 27 right. All right. That's what we got.
Expect Tynol 9er Echo, runway 27 right, Transavia 221.
7 right, correct. Alright, and so we're gonna wait for our top of descent, which is right here before turning into Tinel. And let's call in the passengers to get their seats. We'll turn on the no electronic devices in a moment, so we'll just wait for them to be closer to below 20 nautical miles and we'll call in for our descent. It will take time to get the clearance.
Lufthansa 47 Whiskey, contact Paris Control 118.05.
Contact Paris Control 118.05, Lufthansa 47 Whiskey.
Feedback 352, contact Marseille Control 124.5.
Center on 124.5, Speedbird 352. Have a good evening.
Transavia 221, Tynol 9er Echo, runway 27 right. Report ready for descent.
Tynol 9er Echo, runway 27 right, ready for descent, Transavia 221.
Transavia 221, descend to flight level 280.
Descend to flight level 280, Transavia 221.
So we started our descent. I was just pointing out the vertical speed became negative, so we started our descent. Our altitude is of course reducing. Our little performance ball over there, this is the managed descent ball. It's telling us that we are descending below the ideal performance. But in this case we can start our descent. The faster we descend, the best. We just don't want to go overshoot the constraints, which is this particular waypoint. The constraints is we need to be below flight level 280. Or at or below 280. So yeah, we got several planes on our vicinity. It's also a danger. We can actually see them here. You can see them, even those that aren't picked up. These yellow dots, balls. These are other airplanes. And as we get to approach closer to the airport, this will become a more pressing danger, because most of the aircraft will be following the same flight paths, more or less. The good news is this huge thunderstorm seems to be a little to our right. We might still get some winds. Currently we only have some nose wind, 4 knots, that's nothing. But we might get some winds as we go in this area, and we might get turbulence, we'll see. There's no turbulence advisory, but we'll see. Usually active sky is very accurate, extrapolating weather, so even if there's no turbulence warning, if there's a thunderstorm there will be some turbulence, so active sky is pretty good at extrapolating that.
Winds control, Luxor 6556, descending via Giver 2 Bravo, flight level 23.
I apologize if it's a bit too dark. There is a good half moon here, a crescent moon, but there is no visibility outside, and I am sure if you guys have your brightness set a little lower, you'll not be able to see that much outside, but bear with me. Just pretend it's too cloudy outside and we'll more or less understand what's going on. So we now have another aircraft here just next to us. It's above us, 9,000 feet. We're descending. It's not. Can't really see. Oh, there it is. So a lot of people think that flying at night is more dangerous than flying in the daylight. Well, when it comes to landing, of course, the better visibility you get, the best. The more visibility you get, the better. That's the right English, of course. But in order to maintain spatial awareness, you need to see other aircraft, and it's much easier to see other aircraft at night, ironically, because, well, at night we have our lights turned on, and we are being handed over. Stand by. Or maybe we're clear to a lower altitude. Yeah, 150, let's do that. Alright, here we go. Managed. Like I was saying, we have our lights turned on, so you can see in my own airplane. Yeah, we got this big flashing beacon light. We got the strobes going on the wingtips. So these strobes. We also got the navigation lights, so on the port side it will be red, and on the starboard it will be green. And we also got the tail tip white steady, as well as another strobe light on the tail. There's also another beacon, red beacon light on the top. Plus I like to run my flights with wing lights turned on. Stand by.
Transavia 221, contact Paris Control 118.05.
Center on 118.05. Transavia 221. Paris Control, Transavia 221.
And I'm back.
Good evening. Descending via Tynol 9er Echo.
Alright, we've been handed over. Alright, we got some turbulence. You just heard the few bumps. Not serious, not yet. Sorry guys, I'm missing the chat here. Or am I not missing much? No, no combos. Nice, alright. So you guys are in it for the ride, that's good. So for those that they're not familiar with what these digits here are, these are constraints. So they're also present in our approach charts. So let's go back to the approach charts here. So let's go for our instruments arrival. And we got the tiny 9 Echo here. And if you look in here, you will see that there's these digits, magenta and blue. So the blue ones often refer to altitudes. So it's telling us at this steer point right here, or waypoint, I should be above, or at, sorry, flight level 200. Ideally above this, or at ideally at this altitude, if not at least above it. And the maximum speed here is 300 knots. If you look into our ND, we got the same info. So we got 200 feet, and it's got a minus here. That means that we should be at 200 feet. 20,000 feet. So flight level 200, 300 knots. So basically, we reach that point at that ideally at those altitudes or slightly above. We don't want to go piss off the ATC controller. Sometimes it does happen. There's a huge altitudes are scary because we are clear to a certain altitude given by ATC, and if we don't follow it quite closely, we might even crash against other aircraft if we are at co-altitude, because it is expecting us to be 1,000 feet above us or below us, and we are just at the same altitude as he is. But the speeds are also very important, because if everybody keeps 300 knots, then the separation will be the same until approach, right? But if one of us is accelerating too much or decelerating too much, then there's a danger I might interfere with this path. So for example, this guy right here is crossing my path, probably because he's already turning. Yeah, it's this this Lufthansa A320. It's at 1,000. It's at 16,000 feet, so he's below me. That's why it's not appearing in my ND. But if I continue to descend, so I'm clear to 150, so I'll be cleared below him. If I'm not careful, if I, for example, stop my descent at 16,000 feet, there's a slight chance I might go against it. So go into him, not against him, but into him. Another danger is if I increase my airspeed so much so that I overtake him, I might even mess with the slots. So I might interfere with his maneuvering, and I might go beyond my assigned slot for the approach and landing, and mess up everything for everyone. And yeah, sometimes in real life that can happen briefly, but ATC has the responsibility of not allowing that to happen. So that's why sometimes you hear on the ATC communications, you'll hear reduced to minimum approach speed, or reduced to 160 knots the approach speed, whatever, because ATC is trying to make sure everybody lands in the right order. So we got this Lufthansa A320. It's awfully fast though, 350 knots, 360 knots. We are at 300 knots. Below that, we are at 280 knots, and the guy is just pushing it. It's still maintaining 16,000 feet, which is, and this one is too, at an awful fast speed as well. I'm concerned that we have no wind here. I sometimes think that Active Sky just forgets to. It's weird. I'm just reloading Active Sky to see if there's an issue with the weather. You might see a jump in the winds. It's Active Sky loading. Reloading in this case, because I just reset it. Because I'm concerned. Oh, there it goes. Ah, that's more like it. Winds aloft were not being updated. Now they are. Speaking of winds aloft, do we have any change in our approach winds? Let's request weather again.
Chevron 5 Alpha, runway 06.
Expect Chevron 5 Alpha.
There's a new weather report. So yeah, nothing really changed. 230 at 8, so winds increased a little bit. So this is why we need to update our METAR information regularly. So 330 at 8. Winds changed a little bit, and we got QNH is 1015, same. Temperature 16, the same. Yeah, we'll still land at that better reference, which was, I set it up earlier.
229 Whiskey, runway 25, Alpine 93 Hotel Foxtrot.
Flight level 140. I missed that instruction. So Lufthansa is contacting the goal approach. We'll probably follow suit. They're right parallel to us. Where are they? There's one, and there's the other. This is not gonna go. So Beyond ATC suffers from this a little bit. Traffic separation. Hopefully this will go all right. All right, we're going for the goal approach.
The goal approach, Transavia 221, flight level 145 with information mic.
Still have a lot of ground to cover.
1197, contact the Gold Tower 123.605. Have a good evening.
So give us
Tower 123.605.
descent clearance. Come on, the goal approach. Need to descend.
Transavia 221 to goal approach. QNH 1015. Expect the ILS runway 25.
Okay, 1 whiskey. Yeah, that's the one we got.
Transition.
That's what we have.
Expect the ILS runway
We can
27
confirm.
right with the Oki 1W transition. Transavia 221.
There it is. Okay, 1 whiskey. All right, but tell us to descend. Come on.
Transavia 221. Descend to flight level 070.
070, copy. We're going to need some speed brakes on this.
Flight level 070.
Pretty sure.
Transavia 221.
Yeah, I'm going to extend the speed brakes to allow it to go decelerate as well as go down
Transavia 221. Cleared direct
a little faster.
Cross Okeeper at or above flight level
I definitely need to program this
ILS runway 27 right.
to my OTAS.
Cleared direct Okipa. Cross Okipa at or above flight level 070. Cleared ILS runway 27 right.
Oh,
Transavia
we're already
221.
clear for the ILS, so far off. Alright, it's good to know. Alright, let's pull the speed brake ins. Alrighty. So we're gonna go for a full landing. So we'll go for the approach checklist in a moment. Let's go for the landing. Landing calculator. Oh, what's going on here?
Transavia 221. Contact the Gold Tower 123.605.
So it's 27 right.
Contact Tower 123.605.
Both.
Transavia 221.
Reverses AC on. Alright, let's calculate.
The Gold
VAP
Tower,
is
Transavia
135.
221. ILS runway
It's a
27
little
right.
above what our internal calculation is, but it's good enough.
221. The Gold Tower. Wind 210 at 6. Runway 27 right. Clear to land.
Already? Good lord. I'm
Runway
clear to
27
land
right,
so far
clear to
off,
land. Transavia 221.
and I'm really high. Alright, let's continue our speed brakes out, because we really need to come down. So, as I deploy the spoilers, the nose will come down. And we need to clear 5,000 feet. So, we're gonna reach 5,000 feet way too close to the clearance, but we'll be alright. No biggie. So yeah, we'll reach 5,000 feet more or less in this position, and then this is a very long approach to runway 27 right. Hopefully the other planes will go to 26 left as far as I can tell, and there will not be an issue. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. Some clouds. Whoa, that's not some. Those are very tall clouds there, but nothing on the radar scope, which is always good. Some strong nose wind, 12 knots, but I think that will, yeah, it will be more or less coming from our right on the approach. No big deal. We'll carry on managed speed, descending, and managed vertical speed as well. All right, we can put our spoilers in. We're already at optimal speed as well as altitude. Ground spoilers are armed, so I'm going to take a chance here and tell the plane the runway is dry. We're really not sure, but it seems so. And auto brake to medium, because I don't know what to expect on that airport. If we see it raining, we'll switch to wet. And the METAR at least doesn't tell me any rain, so there is no RA indicated on the METAR, so here's hoping. Yeah, Mirsha. Some airports, sorry, I'm having a little snack. Some airports will give you a very long landing clearance because they can do that. If there's a lot of traffic, they'll just clear to land. But in this case, I think it was a bit exaggerated. I mean, we are at 30 miles from the airport. Oh, there's some turbulence up ahead. Nothing serious so far, but we're coming co-altitude with a few clouds there. Radar is populating a couple of turbulent clouds. We got a plane up ahead. It's below us, but could be an issue. What do we got? It's it's the other Lufthansa guy. No, it's an Air France, the Lufthansa guy. Yeah, it's a Lufthansa guy. It's right below us, and the Air France guy is a little ahead. That looks like rain. That, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's like a hue, or a purple hue. Looks like rain. And it appears that we are heading into some... This weather drawing is a little late, so most likely it's outdated once we reach there. So there might not be any weather cells, but we'll have to cross it and see. We'll go fully automatic until halfway. When we get close to the minimums, I'll go manual and land as usual. Still quite far from the airport, and as you heard, we were clear to land, so let's just stick to it. That's right there, clear to land, Transavia A321, that's us. Let's go outside to have a look-see at... Look at that. It's getting dark. Lights are radiating. That means that there's moisture in the air, reflecting light. It's going to be a cool landing, I suppose. It's been a long time since I landed with some weather. Yeah, it looks like rain, yeah. We passed what appeared to be a rain shower over there. We might get some more rain closer to the airport. I don't know, we're still quite far away, so... Which reminds me, how's the fuel? Oh, it's fine. We'll land with 3 tons. It's enough to go around and go to the alternate if we need to. Still flying above and next to the Lufthansa and the Air France planes. We're about to make our turn. And let's go for the approach checklist. So, better reference.
Finnair 50 Foxtrot, ILS runway 27 right.
They are going for 27 right.
Finnair 50 Foxtrot, De Gaulle Tower, wind 310 at 6, runway 27 right, clear to land.
So they are also clear to land. It's not even number 2.
Runway 27 right, clear to land. Finnair 50 Foxtrot.
I hope I can manage to land the plane. What's the QNH? QNH 1015. So, better reference 1015 and cross-checked. Seatbelts are on, minimum set to 200. It's not, but it will be 200. 200 feet for ILS. Auto brake set to medium. Engine mode selector will be set to ignition because we don't know if there's rain. And approach checklist complete. Come on. It's really weird. We're clear to land and the ATC is clearing other people to land as well. Speed check flaps 1. Let's level the nose a little bit. Ribbit nose high. Alright, let's turn on the approach mode. We got Cat 3 single and cross-checked. We can go Cat 3 dual if we press AP1 and AP2, so now it's Cat 3 dual. Basically we have the 2 autopilots controlling the plane, which is a redundancy, guarantees a better, stable approach. And there's our runway right there, 27 right, that's 27 left, and those are 26 right and 26 left. Yes, Charles de Gaulle is like a small city, it's huge. And there are more runways, of course. It looks like they're going for 26 left, but yeah, that's good. Alright, we got localizer intercepted. Glide slope is being intercepted as we speak. We are intercepting glide slope. Giggity. That's the name of the channel, by the way. I'm going to switch off this window because I don't want to get distractions and I want to look outside as best as we can. Just as I predicted, just as I predict, we got some wind coming from the right. Before it was about 12 knots, now it's 14 knots. We're still quite far away, more than 10 nautical miles, so we're going to start reducing our speed a little bit. So the first thing we do is we get flaps 2. That will induce drag. Nose comes down a little bit to carry on with the glide path. And gear down. Speed check flaps 3. And speed check flaps 4. Cabin is ready. That's the sound of cabin ready. So we'll just acknowledge here. And we can also speak with the cabin crew. Cabin.
right, bye.
Bye-bye. So you were saying the cabin is secured for landing. Alright, let's level. Let's turn on my track IR. And there we go.
2,500.
2,500 check. Stable approach. We got 16 knots now. We are tracking 270. But we got a slight offset because of the wind. But we are on the glide path. Those planes will be landing at 26, fortunately. But I think we got a plane on R6 at Finnair was also cleared to land, so here's hoping we don't get to bump into each other.
$2,000.
2,000 check. Landing. Alright, landing checklist. Ecam status. We already checked on the cabin. Come on. Forward, mid, aft, tall. Come on. This is a slight bug because the cabin already called us saying the cabin was ready to land, so we'll consider that status landing no blue for the landing checklist. Looks like we're stopped in the sky, right? No, we're not. We're not. Alright, I'm confident enough to take over. Winds is steady. They're now milder. Now it's 9 knots. Here we go. Autopilot off.
$1,000.
1,000 check. Aiming for those poppy lights over there. Also trying to maintain localizer. Little rudder, we're going below. Nose up a little bit. Not too much. We don't want to overreact. Winds are getting milder again. There we go. Smooth like a baby's butt. Don't
500.
Don't overthink it.
400.
Land. Landing status.
100 above.
Confirmed. Switching to poppy lights.
Minimum.
Continue.
$100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. Retard. 5.
Alright. Yes, I forgot the landing lights. No worries. It's always time to turn them on. It was my bad.
Transavia 221, exit left at Zulu Tree.
Auto brakes off.
Exit left at Zulu 3, Transavia 221.
Alright. Zulu 3 should be I believe that this green light. I forgot to bring up the landing charts. We'll exit here. It will still give us guidance to the gate, so don't worry. Alright. So let's switch off ignition. about the landing lights. I really miss having a co-pilot.
Transavia 221. Contact ground 121.61. Have a good evening.
Well, let's hold here. Let's start our APU.
Ground 121.61. Transavia 221.
Taxi to assigned gate.
Transavia 221. Request taxi to company gate.
Transavia 221, engage
Victor
Victor 9, taxi via zone
9.
Hold short runway 27 left.
Gate Victor 9er via Smooth 3, Kilo 3. Hold short runway 27 left. Transavia 221.
Yeah, it's a big airport. So Victor 9. Copy. And no. Vibe subsig, yeah, whatever. It's just one handling company.
Easy 58 Golf Mike. Request taxi.
Alright, there we go. So I got the electronic charts here. I'm sorry if I'm not showing them on the screen, but it's much faster for me.
Quebec Bravo 9er, Quebec 6.
So give me a moment. Alrighty, so we need to just continue taxi and hold on the forward on this runway right up ahead.
Quebec Bravo 9er, Quebec 6, Easy 58 Golf Mike.
Parking brakes off. Start APU. And as promised, I'll make a single engine taxi. I believe I need to turn next. Yeah. And hold at 27 at 09 left or 27 right. Like it 27 left, sorry, it's like I was instructed. So let's waiting to cross 27 left.
Transavia 221. Holding short 27 left.
Transavia 221, cross runway 27 left at Alpha 3. Continue taxi via Kilo 2, Delta 5, Yankee 2, Bravo Delta 7.
So we are clear to cross. Now it's peanuts, right?
Cross runway 27 left at Alpha 3. Continue taxi via Kilo
Let's
2.
confirm
Delta
there's no
5,
plane coming.
2, Bravo Delta 7. Bravo Alpha. Transavia 221.
Let's do it as fast as we can. Alright, so now the taxiway should be up ahead, turn left slightly, then there should be a zigzag towards Delta 5 for Yankee 2. So bear with me. I got the ground charts, so it should be turned here. Should turn here. When we got our APU running. Didn't start the APU though. Let me just slow down here. What's going on? Alright, APU bleed. Oh, now it's available. Alright. If it's available, then we will shut down engine number 2. Or let's shut down engine number 1 because we want the PTU to. So basically, we are running taxi with one single engine. We're going to launch the chrono here.
Easy 58 Golf Mike, contact the Gold Tower 119.25.
Plane becomes more sluggish, of course. It's a big plane. The A321 is bigger than the A320. Let's run the after landing checklist. Radars, of course. Radar, weather predictor, and radar off. After landing checklist complete. We also cleaned the aircraft flap subs, the slats retracted. Speed brakes in, so now it's a long way in, and the gate should be one of these gates right here, Victor. So actually it's not Victor, it's Zulu. Yeah, these are the Zulu ones, the FS, of course. Zulu gates. So it's not this one. We should cross another taxiway, then it will be the first right turn. So this yellow line, green line, we need to follow it, and then it should be one of these gates. So Zulu 3. Which one's Zulu 3? I may need to bring the Beyond ATC map real quick. So it's not this one. This is like a spiral. It's really weird gate system. Is that it? Yes, that's it. I'm not even entitled to have a jetway. What a crazy, crazy airport this is. Yep, that's it. There's my marshal over there. Should be calling me in, but yeah, it's much sluggish with one single engine. Ah, there you are. Guide me in, buddy. Come on. Can you believe this gate? It's in the middle of nowhere. It's probably... Is that my jetway over there? I'm coming, I'm coming. A little to the right. A little to the right. Are you real? I'm gonna crash, man. Why are you telling me to turn right? Ah, there you are. Alright, here we go. That was a... Yeah, I got you, I got you. It's telling me I went beyond, but look at this. Is this the way you should park your planes? It's a mess. What a mess. Right, engines are off, and let's turn on the storm lights. Parking checklist. Parking brakes, chocks are set, engines are off, and wing lights off. Wing lights off, beacon off, and let's turn off the fuel pumps. And let's request the boarding. It's already been requested, fine. Yeah, I mean, look at this parking space. Is this for real? Look at this. I almost crashed against this guy. And look at how these airplanes over there are parked. What a mess. I don't think the jetway can even reach me. Look at that. Yeah, I think this is messed up. I really think this is messed up, but it is Charles de Gaulle. I mean, welcome to Paris, I suppose. Yeah, GSX, do your thing. I'm not even going to bother with GSX today. As you know, we had an issue boarding from Corsica to Paris. Do we have external power? Still no external power, so let's request it here from the option, sorry. Connect. Thank you. External power connected. Let's turn off the APU bleed. so we can conserve fuel. So we have more or less 1 hour 30 minutes because I forgot to turn on the chronometer, but I remember the timing when we took off. We took off approximately at 2015, so 1 hour and 45 minutes, give or take. So yeah, let's complete the checklists on our aircraft. That's not it. This is it. Securing the aircraft. Oxygen supply is off. Turn on ground controls for the guys. Got emergency lights off. And where are we? Oh, EFBs, let's keep them on, and batteries to off. So let's not waste our batteries here. There, all right. Now, if we wanted to secure the aircraft for non-immediate flight, another immediate flight, we would just turn off the ADIRs and just leave the airplane on external power for the time being. Turn everything off and expect the ground crew to come later and turn off the aircraft. But since we are going to leave it here for the night, we might as well do it ourselves. In any case, this was the Transavia A321 Neo out of Corsica to Paris, with this amazing parking system performed by Beyond ATC and GSX. I'm not sure what's going on here. Maybe there's a duplicate. What's it called? The ground charts. Maybe they're duplicate on this airport. I'm not sure. It's been a while since. Yeah, no go around this time, Yasha. Go figure, huh? After multiple go arounds in the recent past, we managed to finally land with no hiccups. More or less. I forgot the landing lights. There's always something. You guys know. So, let me turn off my track IR here. It's no longer needed. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. Remember, you can win this plane, the FS Labs A321 Neo. You can win it. I got a license just for you. All you need to do is, let me reset this image because it's crooked. Here we go. All you need to do is help me reach 100 subscribers. Well, help me reach 100 subscribers and come to the chat and tell me why it should be you winning this amazing, deep and very tech advanced aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. So the license is for both versions. I don't know how much it is worth on your country, but it's more or less $75. I believe it's $77 of a module. It's a very complex, very in-depth aircraft. It has some issues. We've just discussed briefly about an issue I had going out of yesterday, actually, coming out of Corsica. But you know, these things happen, and FS Labs crew are very keen on fixing stuff. They're always asking us to just tell them what's wrong, and they'll fix it eventually. And this plane's been released this year. It's very recent. I believe it doesn't even have 2 months old from release, so there's still some ironing to do. It's amazing still, and Flight Sim Labs are famous for being very thorough, very in-depth, and they already have the CEO also for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020-2024, but I'm offering you guys the Neo, which is this one right here. Terrific airplane, and like I said earlier, I mean, there are about 4, maybe 5 companies out there that do great aircraft, they build great aircraft. There's PMDG with the Boeings, there's Anybuilds more or less with their A350 and A310, A300. I'm not a great fan of the A300s because they're older gear, but I admit the planes look really cool. They're really well modeled. And then there's Phoenix and FS Labs. I believe Phoenix and FS Labs are at the top tier. They're not really direct concurrents, competitors, but they are the ones building the best Airbuses out there. I'd say they're not really competitors because FS Labs has a different approach than Phoenix. Phoenix, they're very detailed, they attentive, so they go for the details, they go for the visuals. It's not like FS Labs doesn't go for visuals, but they go more in depth with the systems. And I believe that this plane is a more complete Airbus at the moment than the Phoenix in terms of systems, in terms of the MELs, the visual effects like ice formation and all that. It's a really cool aircraft. If you prefer a better visual, if you prefer a better the CEOs, if you prefer the A320 and A329, there's no doubt you need to go Phoenix. But if you want the A321 for Microsoft Flight Simulator and 2020-2024, FS Labs is your bird. And I got the Neo just for you if you want it, if you just need to help me reach to 100 subscribers. And tell me why it should be you winning it, and it will be yours. No strings attached. Of course, I would love if you could be a subscriber, and if you could share the channel, help me grow. And what's that plane gonna do? Yeah, this airport. I mean, look at this. This airport is a mess. Looks like a kid parked these planes. It's like these planes are toys in the kid's bedroom, and it's just putting them on his shelf. It's weird. Anyway, that's been our flight for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and remember, fly high. See ya.
I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dreams begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. Above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dreams begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drums begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the